The other day while I was praying, I was staring at this map of China when my eyes veered slightly to the right and landed on North Korea. And then suddenly it hit me. But you'll have to stay with me to learn what God reminded of me as I looked at this map. Christians exist in North Korea. The vast majority worship underground, and if discovered, they would likely be imprisoned or killed, and not just themselves, but their entire family. For most of us, we look at North Korea and question how the gospel can thrive. How can churches multiply? How can Christians survive? But if history and China, yes, I said China, if history and China tells us anything, we can rest in the power and sovereignty of Almighty God and know that He is up to something in North Korea. When Chairman Mao and the communists took over China in 1949, they kicked out all missionaries and foreigners for that matter. During the Cultural Revolution, one of the most horrific periods of China, for lack of a better term, all hell broke loose in China. Many were killed, many were imprisoned, churches were forced underground, Bibles and books of many kinds were destroyed. And in fact, because of all this, many Christians outside of China believed the church in China would basically be non-existent if and when China ever reopened to the world. Now, we all know China reopened, and what outsiders observed, what they learned over time, was that the church in China was not destroyed. Instead, it grew. The growth of China's church was not dependent on outside help or religious freedom, but it was dependent on the power of God. I believe the same will ring true in North Korea, and we will know it when it reopens to the world. And yes, I do believe it's going to reopen, as many do. Until then, we need to do a few things on their behalf. First, pray. There's nothing you or I can do more critical than pray. Prayer will sustain our North Korean brothers and sisters. God will use your prayers to empower them to remain steadfast and advance His kingdom. Second, prepare for the day North Korea opens to the world. And yes, when it does, and it will, we need to prepare to enter. Prepare to partner with our North Korean brothers and sisters. Prepare today so you're ready tomorrow. And finally, support the current efforts that are doing their level best to help North Korean Christians and to get the gospel message across that country through extremely creative and sensitive mediums. Yes, ministry to North Koreans is challenging, but God is sovereign and nothing is too difficult for Him. So let's shed our lack of faith and believe that God will do the impossible, because what is impossible with man is possible with God. I'll see you next time.